Hey guys, it's Silver Snorlax, and I'm back today with our January send-off going out to PSA. Grand total about 141 cards sent from 4 different users, so not a whole lot of people sending, but a lot of cards regardless. It's on the side of bigger round. One user sent about 70 cards, so that's about half the order right there. But we've got some really cool stuff. We've got some new stuff in particular to go through, so don't want to hold this video up too long. I am trying to kind of hustle up and get these cards out, so I'm going to go ahead and flip right through them. So we've got lots of really cool stuff, lots of holos, lots of older stuff. We'll be seeing new stuff this round as well, but we are going to go through a lot of the singles here and a lot of repeat senders here as well. Little Sabrina's Gaze, the band card, due to the middle finger being extended on the card. Some really great, I believe the set is Split Earth, I forget exactly. I just finished up doing the paperwork on these actually, and I'm kind of going through and trying to remember the sets that I went through as I filled out paperwork today. But really cool stuff. We've got a lot of the holos from Split Earth. We've got a number of duplicates. Actually, lots of Xatu. And Articunos as well. But it should be a very interesting round. We've got lots of Japanese cards. We do have Yu-Gi-Oh! In this round as well. No sports cards this time around. But we will be seeing both Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! So lots to look forward to. Moving right along, I believe these are Mysterious Mountain. The set is Mysterious Mountain. Very cool. I didn't know this actually existed. I'll stop for just a second here. This is a base set 2 Vulpix, and it actually has the HP error on it. I know, or at least I believe, base set had the same error. The HP went before the 50. That was the error, whereas with these you actually have the number followed by HP, same base set. So I don't know if that's exclusive just to base set 2, if they're all printed like that, but I thought it was kind of a cool thing to look at. Kind of cool to see it reappear in base set 2 at least. A lot of the holos from base set 2, some really good ones. Same artworks that you'll see from both base set and jungle. So a lot of those. Love that Vileplume. Very plain, very simple card, but I really like the artwork on it. Sabrina's Gengar. Tenserge's Raichu. Just like I was saying before, lots of Japanese cards this round going out. Alto Mares, Latios and Latias. A really cool Hitmon top from one of the Neo sets. Love Neo cards. I actually wish I had collected more Neo back in the day, because the artwork on those is rather fantastic. These are pretty cool. I forget what the set name of these are exactly, but essentially it's a several versions of Pikachu that are from all over the world. So we'll have English here. I believe this is the Japanese, Spanish. I believe this is Polish, French. I believe this is that's German. This might be Spanish, actually. Hola, yeah. One was Spanish, one was Portuguese, I think. I forget which one was which. This one is Korean, which PSA actually had in their database. I was surprised. And Italian. Lots of good cards there. A card I've really come to admire over the past couple months is this Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, which I'm seeing sent almost every round now. A couple of interesting Yu-Gi-Oh cards I have not seen before and not real familiar with, but the art patterns on these I thought were really cool. How the attack and defense is shown similar to that of the show versus the actual card game, where it's typically shown like this. So So these are pretty cool. And that's a Legend of Blue Eyes, by the way. It's not a reprint. Only thing I dislike about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is how many reprints there are, and it's almost always the same cards that are sent and submitted to me. It actually makes paperwork a tremendous pain to do because there's so many reprints. This is the original, though. We've got Legend of Blue Eyes Exodia set coming through, all first edition. I'm hoping that comes back high. Some really nice cards there. Then Winged Dragon of Ra. These are Game Boy promos. So we'll see lots of Slifer, lots of Obelisk, lots of Winged Dragon of Ra, lots of Blue Eyes White Dragon, lots of Dark Magician. That's what I typically see with Yu-Gi-Oh! But I am starting to see some other stuff. We're starting to branch out a little bit into some of the other cards and other sets. There we go. Give me just a moment here, guys. I want to straighten up this little pile I have going. We got that's a nice chunk of cartage for PSA. Alrighty. And moving on, got more cards to get through. Again, like I've mentioned a couple times now, Japanese cards will have a lot of those. Some newer stuff here. X and Y 8 and 9. Some really cool artwork. I forget what these are called exactly. I think they're called like Secret Print or something like that. That's how PSA has them in their system. We'll have lots of break cards too. That's the other thing. I would love to see how these look slabbed. That's going to be big for me. So a question I got a while ago, would have been a month or two ago actually. As you'll see, some of these holders that I'm using are CS2s, or at least they're the size of a CS2, Card Saver 2. How come I haven't changed it out to the CS1s? That was a question I got a while ago. And the reason's actually pretty simple. CS2s will work. They work just fine, really. The idea, for at least from where I sit, the less I handle the cards, the less likely something is to happen to them. And I'm just talking about like goofy damage. I kind of, maybe bend the corner or something, or, I don't want to, push down on the top of a card if I don't have to. Reduce the chance of edge wear, corner wear, something goofy. I mean, obviously, I've always been incredibly careful with cards. That's why we always have good returns. But if I have cards that already come pre-sleeved in CS2s, I tend to leave them as is, for no other reason than it's a little bit safer to do it that way. I just add a little extra bubble wrap around them typically. CS1s are nice because they give you a little extra space around the card. There's less chance for damaging the edges of a card with a CS1, but CS2s, they're okay. I just make sure I do a little extra packaging to them. That's all I do with them. So that is a question I got a while ago, and I did want to answer that. How come I don't remove some cards from CS2s? And that is the reason why I do not like to handle cards more than I have to. The less contact that is made, the better it is for the card. So that's why it's always important to sleeve and add a little extra on top of it if you can. So some English break cards as well here. I cannot wait to see these come back. And then some older stuff again. We got first edition commons here. Brock's Onyx, Sabrina trainer card, Eevee from Rocket, Mewtwo base set, which will be interesting to see come back. Base set Pikachu, base set 2, excuse me, Pikachu. Snorlax, which I'm always interested in seeing come back, as he is obviously one of my favorite Pokemon. Some original base set stuff. That third printing run, if you will, the Unlimited. And first edition, I believe this is the German Charizard. It's pretty cool, first edition. Haven't seen many of those come through. Sabrina trainer, Lieutenant Surge, and here we go. This is a card I had coming up as a kid. I actually love this card because that background, that blue hollow, really kind of captivated me as a kid. Really loved seeing it. Thought it was just such a cool card. More Yu-Gi-Oh here. Blue Eyes, Toon Dragon, Dark Paladin, which is a really awesome card. Charizard from Delta Species. All Delta Species. Charizard's not from the set Delta Species. Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. Very cool artwork there. And last card going out for this round will be Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Another kind of cool and new aspect, at least to me, in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Looks like they now do something within the game type where it's part monster and part spell, or part magic, or whatever it is these days. So that's kind of cool, but very different. Can't wait to see that one come back. Can't wait to see the whole round come back. We'll have lots of fun with it, I'm sure. But as of right now, guys, if you're watching this, I'm still waiting on rounds to come back. I've been waiting for a while, actually, so getting close to the end of turnaround times, and I'm kind of theorizing, since I have multiple orders sitting at PSA, what PSA tends to do with me is they send everything back at the same time if I have multiple orders sitting there. So I'll have one round sitting there for, 50 business days, and I'll get it back, and then 2 or 3 days later I'll have a round that has only been sitting there maybe 15 days, and it'll come back in roughly the same amount of time. So I'm thinking we might just kind of get a whole rush of cards at the same time. And I'll try to update you guys as fast as I can as I'm going through. So, all right, that's it for the January send-off. Good luck to everybody involved in that round. Hoping to get more cards here for February. It's already looking to be a good round. I think I have 160 from one person specifically, so that's really cool. So, all right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully more uploads here in the future.